Damn, I could really go for some Cheez-Its right now.
It's a bag of Cheetos that's in there. All right, you ready? Oh my God, we can't do ad on ad. Hey, you're fucking with us. It's about fucking time. Probably saying where the fuck have we been and where the fuck did your hair go? Well, we're gonna play some D&D and we won't talk about my missing hair. All right, Stephanie, you ready?
Yep. I'm just gonna leave that there and come back over here.
No, go get the Cheetos.
No.
Go get the Cheetos.
Fine.
I don't think we get enough people that complain or even watch to be annoyed by the sound of like the bag. I don't know if I feel like the video is slowing the feed down because I'm not getting I'm seeing trails in my video here, and I don't know if that's because of my camera or. Okay, I need to stop that. We need to focus on what we're doing here. I'm going to cover you guys up. Sorry about this, like always. Then we'll go from there. Oh, that's trippy. It's all in white.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so according to the old school adventure we're doing today, I should have drawn you a map. So let's draw a map, Stephanie. So the town of Saltmarsh, where you have been sent to go find these two people who are a questionable personage.
Sketchy.
Sketchy. So we'll start with the way that Saltmarsh will probably work is you're probably going to have your fishing pier. You'll probably have like a few warehouses since this is a prominent fishing village. So then probably right up here next to the dock like we have drawn out where they left you and where you probably see a lot of other fishing vessels. Oh, too long of lead. What did we say it was on? We said it was on the end. So yeah, it's around. So we'll say that you probably have all your fishing accoutrement. You probably have like quite an open market for food right here. Coming right off the boats. So I'll probably put up 2 shops. Put up an inn. Let's see. So I'll put up another inn. And then we'll put up another inn. Let's see, what else do we have here? So looking into the village, you can see that there are no real laid out roads. It's more like a haphazard of buildings that seem to have been arisen to wherever the need for them to have risen, they were basically put. And you find yourself looking into the town. What do you do?
Well, I would see if maybe there would be a shop nearby that could possibly have a map.
Okay.
Or for like a map of the town.
Okay. So in need of a map, you go to find a shop. So basically what you find here is you find in the midst of these giant warehouses, you find what looks to be a 2-story house. And there is a hanging sign on the outside that has like a bottle, a hammer, and it has like it's basically like, without writing anything out, this is like your catch-all shop.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would sell you anything of basic goods that you might need.
Yeah, I think I'd go in there.
Okay. So when you go in, the doorbell tinkles, or you hear the chime of the doorbell. The sounds of the street basically fade away, and it's not so noisy. You don't hear people calling out the local catches and everything. And you quickly find yourself lost amongst shelves and shelves of items, and there's a lot of dust.
Okay.
In fact, after a few minutes after you come in, you hear somebody go, "I'm coming, I'm coming."
I think I'd look around a little bit while
Okay.
he's coming up.
So when you're looking around, there's a dwarf that walks up with a cane, and he's very elderly. He has gray hair and a long gray beard.
Hello, sir. Do you happen to have any maps of the area for sale?
He goes, "Maps? He goes, oh my, that's back at the counter.
Okay.
So this is gonna take a few minutes."
Okay.
He goes, "Well, follow me."
That's what I do. What do I see?
So like when you basically notice like the front of the store is like a lot of daily goods, and like when you get past like the first, we'll say like 4 or 5 shelves, like you notice that the shelves start being angled a certain way, so there's only one way in and one way out, and you start seeing like more items like weapons, like armor, laying on shelves, and there's glass casing and everything that basically has to be opened. There's locks on everything.
Wow.
So like he walks over, and you continue to walk, and like you come into like this another section where it's angled at a different one. So like when you came in, it was like one way in, one way out to the left, and like going back, there's one way in, one way out to the right. And you come into like a small alcove that has a desk, and there's papers, and there's scroll cases, and there's books, and there's all kinds of bric-a-brac laying everywhere.
Would there be any shelves where you can't get out?
Do you ask him that?
No, I'm just wondering.
That would require you to search around. And that would probably not be the thing to do if you were here to do business.
No. All right. I guess I'll just yourself out then.
So he sits down in a chair, and he goes, map of the town. He goes, "That's right." So he pulls out a small map. He lays a piece of paper over it, and he takes it looks like a stylized like roller that you would use to roll out dough. And he takes it across he basically drags it across the piece of paper, and then like hands the top copy to you. And when you turn it over in your hands, there's a perfect copy of the map. And he goes, "That'll be 1 copper."
All right, here you go.
He goes, "Thank you." He goes, "Is there anything else that my house of goods can do for you today?"
No, but if I have any more questions or need anything else, I'll come right back to you.
He goes, "Well, certainly." He goes, "Oh, and by the way, where will you be staying in town?" I just ask because, I get a certain percentage of, some money from people if I make recommendations. Help an old dwarf out.
Yeah, okay.
So
what do you recommend?
I would recommend, if you're looking for a place that's actually dusted and, has visitors recently, it's going to cost you I would say if you probably stay there a week, it'll probably cost you a gold. But it's called the Burr Islander.
Okay.
If you're not looking for some place that's so, well-to-do, it costs you like a couple of silver a week. You might want to try the Fishy Head.
Okay.
And if you absolutely just need a place to lay your head, you might want to try the Krusty Krab. The Krusty Krab also has a bar in there that has cut rate drinks and food.
Okay. Do any of the other ones have a bar?
The Smelly Fish Head does.
Mm.
The Burr Islander is more of a, you can drink there, but it's not like an open bar, and it's more with a meal.
Okay.
You know, if you go to the Smelly Fish Head, you're sitting amongst like the fishermen that, you know, have come in from the boats. The Krusty Krab, I'm not really sure about their clientele. It's like I said, they don't get that many visitors, or rather guests. But they do have some locals that prefer to eat there.
Okay. How much money do I have?
So, since we never determined that, we're going to go back to Player's Handbook. You know what? Don't I have a copy of it sitting? No, you have a physical copy of it sitting under your notebook there.
Okay. Just tries to look up things. Volume 1. I'm unsure where
the chart would be.
Yes.
That's okay.
Is it back here?
Can you see it? I knew the magic answers. Don't worry.
Don't worry about it.
As I said to her, don't worry about it.
I find that voice just absolutely fucking hilarious.
Don't worry about it. I'm a doctor. I have everything well in hand. Except your human hand. I put the really good loss to put it out of there. So I would say you probably have like 8 gold.
Yeah.
Or rather 7 gold and like 90 silver. And I think like the way that a copper breaks down from like a silver is like you would have like 9 copper that you would have given back to as change, if I remember correctly.
So they never use paper bills at all?
No.
Okay.
No, like if this was a different campaign, like than like these kind of characters,
Mm-hmm.
like if you were doing like a if you were like nobility,
Mm-hmm.
you would have promissory notes.
Oh, okay.
But like paper money, you know, like you have to remember, like paper money is like, even though there's the printing press and stuff, like for some reason, like there's like that coin and like the
It
minted
just feels
image,
like real money.
yeah, like the paper, you know, just hasn't, you know, it doesn't have the same appeal.
Yeah.
Because like even remember, like even into like our society, it wasn't until like the 1900s and like I think it was Eisenhower or Hoover that was like nobody can. I think it was Hoover. I'm not sure which president it was, but where they basically like took away like everybody's gold and they put it in Fort Knox. So I mean, like up until that point, you know, we still used gold. You know, like people still used it. So like without anybody kind of like enforcing that rule, you know, paper money doesn't become a thing.
Yeah.
Like a promissory note, you know, like if you remember like your 17 and 1800s, like way that it works is like it's like draws on a line of credit and like it's backed by this note, and then like a new promissory note is like added to each page, and like it's then like labeled like, you know, however many page changes.
Oh, so that's why bankers are such a huge fucking deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like these promissory notes and everything that they kept track of, you know, could be multi-page and everything.
Because when you were talking about that, I was immediately reminded of the Count of Monte Cristo.
Yep.
I'm not thinking.
There you go. because that's who tracked the nobility's wealth.
Yeah, because they would do like these checks for like millions of francs,
Yeah.
and it was all promissory.
So like instead in Akmaria, it would be like thousands. So with your money question answered, you feel better?
Yeah.
Okay, so with this information in hand,
I really want to read that again. Oh my god.
the urge to read the Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah, that is my favorite book.
So where do you set off for next?
Okay. So, I guess, couldn't I just visit the Krusty Krab, just like visit the bar, and stay somewhere else?
You could. There's no reason that you couldn't be able to do that.
Okay.
I remind you have business on hand to do though.
Yeah. I was just working it long.
Your urge to see the Krusty Krab
Yeah.
and what my imagination draws of it.
Yes.
Okay.
But I didn't have business at hand, so I can save that for later.
All right. Good deal.
But I still have to ask for information, so.
Don't worry about it. I'll poison you later.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. So, where do you go?
Well, wouldn't I have to like go somewhere to find these people, or like do I know their location?
So, without like reading you by your nose, like your stop would be to look for the mayor or like the city council.
Okay.
And because like Offmaria doesn't per se like have a mayor, but you know that most important buildings, usually lie like towards the interior of the town.
Okay. Thank you, because I was like
Where do I go?
completely off track.
Like I'll just wander around for a little bit. Maybe on this old brick wall.
No.
Oh no, he's peeing on our historic fort. Get him. I'm very sorry, I was drunk.
Anyway, I would go try to find the mayor of city council.
Okay. So I imagine along the way that you'd poke people and be like, hey, where's your city council? Meet at.
Yeah, if I really didn't know where I was.
All right. So
if I didn't know where I was going.
So let's give this all a chance then.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Just set it down.
First, we have to find the dice.
I just took the thing out of its hand. That's what's fucked up.
Oh, this is great. Oh, it's right there.
You will require one of these D20s.
Oh.
Then add your wisdom modifier.
Okay.
Since you're gonna wander around, and then if you fail, you'll start poking people and asking questions.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Socialization.
So give me a D20 roll on whatever dice gets the best to you.
I got a 6.
6 plus your.
That's a 9.
So that's a 9. So it's not a very complicated town, and you have the map. So you take a look at your town map, and you find out that you're basically looking for a giant statue of Palor, and next to it will be a house that's labeled on the map as Town Hall.
Okay.
So without much to do, you arrive there, ducking fish carts, ducking people like running back and forth on their daily habit of whatever they're doing. You walked into the midst of a town marked around a giant statue of Palor, and overlooking the giant statue of Palor is a 2-story house with white marble stairs and a wooden thatch roof.
Okay.
And the doors stand wide open.
Okay.
And as you're standing there, you actually see someone in a white robe climb down off the pedestal of the statue and begin to walk inside. And you can tell from his robe, or from the figure's robe rather, that they are a clerk of Paylor.
All right. I guess I'll go ask them.
All right. So you wander up to them.
I'm not just like, ooh, wandering like a tourist. Walking with purpose.
So you walk right up to them then.
Yeah.
Okay. And your initiation of this?
Oh no.
Yeah, your initiation of this conversation?
Excuse me. Could you tell me where town hall is?
Oh, you're standing in front of it, my
Oh.
child.
Goodness, I'm so sorry.
You're not from around here, are you?
No, I'm not.
I could tell. Usually our locals don't dress as colorfully as you do.
Oh.
Well, let me restart this conversation then. I'm Hoskin. I'm the local cleric of Paylor. You notice that he's in his mid-50s. He's a little skinny. He's bald already. Goes, well, what brings you to town?
I'm looking for a couple people.
Goes, oh, well, this is not a place where we get very many visitors. People meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Goes, well, who are you looking for?
I'm looking for Sweet and Nosinga.
Nosinga. Oh. Well, I guess I better walk you inside then.
Oh, okay.
He goes, yeah, those two showed up about a week ago, started drinking, refused to tell us where they came from.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they're not your normal kind that we get around here, We're mostly humans around here. Not to say that we're racist or anything. Just, it's under the crown's orders that, you got to identify yourself with papers.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, everybody has papers. Goes, well, I better get Egan. I think he has the keys.
Okay.
He goes, let's walk inside. Like when he's walking inside, he walks through the main door.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big, huge room where they usually receive people. Looks like you can hold a cord in there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he walks past that room into like a smaller hallway, and he's like, well, that's what he says. Well, I better go get that key.
Okay.
He goes, don't get into trouble or anything, and don't let any prisoners out.
Oh no.
So once he's walked off, he goes down to the end of the hall and he takes a right, and you hear. We never figured out what languages you spoke.
Wouldn't I know common and like Spanish?
Yeah, and then you would know one other of your choice.
Mm.
Well, you deal with a lot of. I guess you would probably speak either Dwarven, Goblin, Elven.
Maybe Elven.
Okay. So you hear two voices, and you hear like somebody whispering under a door.
Uh-oh.
And like you hear somebody like they answer back, but it doesn't sound like they speak that language normally.
Oh.
And like you hear the two of them whispering back and forth. And like as soon as like you start hearing footsteps, like you hear the two voices stop whispering.
Mm.
And he goes, well, Egan's coming.
Okay.
He's putting his shoes on. Because he's in there having a drink. We're expecting visitors,
Oh, yeah. Sorry for the intrusion.
So don't worry. So they're standing there waiting for a few moments. They see a large man. He's about mid-40s. He's mildly obese. You know, it looks like it hurts for him to wear shoes.
Uh-oh.
You know, he probably has problems with his blood sugar.
Mm-hmm.
He walks up slowly, and between like a few breaths, he goes, "I'm Egan Lannister, Mayor of Saltmarsh. As I understand, you're here to see about the prisoners."
Yeah.
He goes, "Well, here's the key. Because I'm have C." Then he promptly sits down like on a chair that he didn't notice somebody carrying behind him.
Mm.
And he hands you the key and like motions to the two doors you heard the voices whispering under. Which one would you like to open first?
Is there anything different about either of the doors?
They're the same style of door. There is a lock. There's like a hasp lock on it and a doorknob.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, once you're in, you have the hasp, like, you know, like the lock unlocked and taken out of the hasp, then the door can just be able to swing open or shut.
Okay. I guess I'll go with the left.
Okay. So when you open it, there is this. There's no light or anything in there, and like when the door opens, like you hear like the shuffling of somebody's feet. Ah, I'm seen again. That didn't stick very bad. So you hear the shuffling of somebody's feet like they're trying to avoid the light that's coming into the cell.
Oh, fun.
And you hear Egan say, "Oh, come out of there. I will get one of the guards if I have to." And you hear somebody whisper, or you hear that whispering voice, the one that didn't speak the other's language.
Mm-hmm.
You hear it go, "I don't know about that. The last time you tried, I made quick work of them all.
Oh. That's cute. Love it.
But I will come out of the cell." What's your AC? 14? So you have a 14 for your AC.
Okay. Wait, where is that?
That's up the top of the page.
Oh, God.
So I'm not sure if I did that right, but all of a sudden when you're standing there, somebody grabs you. The next thing you know, you're being held. Like they've got their arm across your throat, and like the other one's wrapped around your waist, and like you feel like their skin almost feels like metal.
What the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
Stop screaming, human shield. Or rather, in this case, stop screaming, gnome shield.
No, what the fuck?
I don't trust the pale skin. Now stop wiggling. So like you're presented as like this shield out the door. Like whoever this is that's holding you has even gone as far as to gesticulate your head so you're hanging out the door, looking at Egan. And you hear him go, "I'm coming out slowly. Don't make me drop the gnome." And you hear Hoskin go, "Well, that's no way to treat her. Drop her. Don't drop her. Put her down. Put her down. I'm coming out of the cell either way." So when you get set down on the ground, like I imagine you turn around to see the figure.
Yeah.
So it's like somebody took like a human and like shaved their head and laid like, I forgot how to be able to describe the way that he looks. It's like he has like a grinning face, like yellow eyes, and like this metallic black skin that every so often like you see like it almost looks like an arrowhead or like almost a scale like protrusion sticking out of the skin. And like one of the things that you noted, like you didn't really notice when he picked you up, is that like you had like chains like wrapped around part of his body. And you did notice that he does have claws.
Oh.
And he goes, "Where's no see him now?"
I don't even know where they are.
He goes, "Well, open the door again."
I'm being led to secondary location. This is not good.
It's rather the right door.
I
The
know.
door on the right.
That's still a secondary location.
I know, right?
Fine. I'll open the door because,
Okay.
I'll probably get my throat slashed if I don't.
So when the door opens, this time, like, you see a large being that looks like could be made out of rock.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have any eyes, and like he's standing there with like this look on his face, like he's trying to figure out what's going on.
Are you no see him?
Because I am.
Does this one want to put something there?
He goes, "Sweets, stop being annoying." Look at you and they go, "Well, what is all this about?"
Well, I was sent to find you. Should I tell them that it was a punishment or leave that for now?
I don't know. That's up to you.
I was sent here to find you guys as punishment for getting in a fight.
The two of them look at you and they start snickering. And they go, "Well then, Brawler, I guess that you need to come with us. I guess that, what, we're supposed to come with you then?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Very well. And where are we to go?"
I'll go back to the house.
You can.
Or just take them straight to like the police station or whatever.
Well, they're, one of the things is like, well, this would be considered the police station.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'll take them to the police station.
that's where they are now. And they're basically being released into your reconnaissance. Or
No!
they're basically being
I'm
released
saying,
to
like,
you.
where am I supposed to take them?
Oh, where are you supposed to take them?
Yeah, that was what I was trying to
You weren't
ask.
told to take them anywhere. You were told to come over here and question them
Well, what?
about where they came from,
Oh.
who they are, where they came from.
Yeah.
The fun stuff.
Shouldn't I just, like, talk to them for a while and lie about it?
You could. As your DM, I'm telling you, you could. So while you're anxious to figure out what to do, Sweets looks at them and goes, "Well, are we free to go?"
I don't know. I was just told to, like, ask where you guys are from.
"Well, good. Let's go have a drink then."
Alright.
He goes, "Now see them. Don't make me hold your hand. Come on." It's very well then. So are we getting our stuff back? I don't know. Ask the gnome.
I don't know, man. Probably not.
He goes, "Well, you seem to be in charge. Then make them give our stuff back."
God.
"And what's your name, anyways?"
You can call me Sketchy Cookies.
They look at you and go, "Sketchy cookies."
Yes.
"Sketchy, make them give our stuff back. You've got cleric robes on."
Yeah, I can see what I can do. So, I'll go from there.
Okay.
I don't even know how I'm going to ask this. This is so stupid.
I just need their property back. I mean, it'd be the same thing you've seen, I'll tell it this way, like, you've seen when Silverfoot has done her job, like, because, like, you two vaguely know one another.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, like, usually, like, when the prisoners are released, like, they get their property back, and, it's usually given to you.
Alright, so, okay, these two have their property back?
Oh, yeah, it's, just, I have the other key for that.
Okay.
So, Hoskin goes into, like, another door, and, like, he comes back with 2 sacks and hands it to them. And with that, they pull their items out of the sack, which is a long sword.
Sketchy Cookies is nervous that maybe there's some type of, like, terrible, like, air poisonous or something that could, like, hurt everybody in the vicinity in that possession.
Oh, by the time, like, they've gotten everything out of their sack, it's just like an axe and, like, a sword, and that's it.
Okay.
And, like, their coin pieces. And Sweets goes, so, how about a drink?
All right, so where do you want
Drinks
to
are
go?
on me, to the Krusty Krab.
All right, let's go.
So, Waleed...
As they're walking down, she checks the map to be sure that he's leading them the
Yeah.
right way.
Oh yeah, he's leading the right way. He goes straight out the town hall, goes by the statue of Palor, the giant warehouse, and like he's walking towards the shoreline where the Krusty Krab lies.
Do I see anything weird on the way there?
Not in particular, because like this small little town is rather peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in fact, it's so peaceful, like out where you're starting to go, you can hear the sounds of frogs.
Oh, great.
So, the Krusty Krab stands before you on the shoreline. It is what can only kindly be called perhaps like an old warehouse where they used to salt fish.
Oh, great.
Now it serves as like a drinking establishment.
Okay, so does it still smell like it's salting fish?
A wee bit. It's not like it does have a passing smell of salt in the air as you are venturing closer to the building, and as you come into the building through a swinging bar stool or bar room door. You know that swinging door where it doesn't touch the floor. It's one of those for the entrance in and out.
Nice.
You are assaulted by the smell of sea salt from the sea, for the smell of the salt that has just set into the timbers of the building, and the salt and the sweatiness of the occupants.
Ooh.
There are fishermen like packed at small tables, like eating like fish prepared like half a dozen ways, like small sea creatures, like in like what passes or what are supposed to pass for like opulent dishes are like just like splayed out on the table.
You know, this gives me an idea. What if I had a character that only collected recipes?
That's what Sketchy Cookies could do with baking.
Oh, I love that. So she'd want to ask questions about the recipes. But
it would have to be baking and cookies though.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, do I see any baked fish dishes?
Like, there's nothing really baked. It looks like if anything is baked, it's merely put into the oven.
Oh, that doesn't count, does it?
Like, there's no breading.
Aww.
Like, you notice that, like, these dishes have, like, an absence of, like, flour and rice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's fish and then stuff like okra and, like, rice. But there's, like, there seems to be, like, a lack of flour.
Okay. Not even a pasta dish?
Not even a pasta dish.
Aw, come on.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weak sauce? So it's like the English invaded with no pastry.
Aw.
Like they invaded an island nation with no pastry. There you go.
Alright.
So like they quickly walk up to the bar, and there's a man wearing an octopus hat. And he goes, what can I get you? And he's dressed like a pirate, by the way.
That's delightful.
Minus the eye patch.
That's delightful.
Colorful shirt, baggy pants, tucked into a pair of boots. A dozen necklaces on.
Nice. So what do you have on tap here?
He goes, well, we have the house special.
Mm-hmm.
We have the crusty ale.
Mm-hmm.
We have the squid ale.
Mm-hmm.
We have the barnacle beer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really it.
All right.
And he goes, or for an entire silver piece, we can mix everything into one cup for you.
I think I'll go with the crab ale.
Just one crusty crab ale coming up. So he comes back a few seconds later with a cup that's made out of a crab shell.
Oh, that's great.
Like it looks like somebody took like a whole bunch of crabs and like somehow turned it into a cup. And like he pours like this brownish seawater looking substance into the cup and he hands it to you. And he looks at the other two and he goes, "So you're back this time. So, are you here to take the job?" They look at you and they go, "Well, we have a cleric, so why not?"
I'm sorry, what?
The Sims looks at you, or like in your vague direction, goes, "Well, of course, let's pull the con job in. So, what you say you work with us, and we'll give you the full story, missus."
Ah,
He goes, "Plus, you get a
By
customer
glitter.
share. You get a cut of your share. Come on."
Oh, by the holy name of Garl Glitter Gold. Why? Why? What? I just want to know where you're from.
Yeah, that's the rub. We always walk
I
around
have
with
to
no.
do illegal shit just to know where you're from.
It's not illegal. All we're gonna do is go up and take a look at that old house on the hill. What's illegal about that? It's abandoned.
Trespassing. Somebody owns that.
So
Wait a minute. What's my alignment?
you never figured out what your alignment was. So Sweets looks at you and goes, "Look."
What are they? Oh, I don't know what they're.
He goes, "All right, Squid, tell her the story. Give her the rundown so I don't have to do it, and so I can be able to finish my drink." So the man behind the bar smiles and he goes, "So, just think you're gonna do something illegal today? Just don't worry. There's this old house. He says, look, if you don't take my word for it, I can direct you to the old guy that told me the story, okay?
Okay.
So, there's this house out there. It's on a cliff, like a little ways outside of town." And he goes, "You got a map on you?"
Yeah.
So Squiddy takes the map from you, and like, so he draws this house he extends your map out a little bit, and he puts this big, huge house, like right there. And he goes, "So the house used to belong to this old wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody's seen the wizard in forever. He's gone. He's dead. He died about a generation ago, we want to say. But he was working on all kinds of wizard stuff, and people have been up there to try to steal out of the house, and nobody's ever found his treasure."
All right.
And he goes, "But so recently, it's been looking like the house is haunted. And I told these guys that I'd pay them a few gold. I'll pay you a few gold. And I got somebody else I can recommend for the job if you guys don't have somebody who's able to pick locks."
Okay.
So that way you have a rogue and you have you two.
Yeah.
Goes, so he goes, "You give me 2 gold and I'll go get them for you. And I'll get the old man to tell you the story directly."
Fine.
So like you give him 2 gold.
Yeah.
Sweets presses a gold into your hand like after you paid him a gold piece, so you only really paid him 1. He goes, "That's out of our future share." Or he goes, "That's out of our future share."
Mm-hmm.
So a few minutes later, the guy walks back over to the table with this blue-looking creature,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like a goblin. And he sits down and he looks at you. Goes, "A gnome? You didn't say anything about a gnome."
What is that supposed to mean?
Goes, "Well, can't you tell what I am? I'm a zart. We're cousins of goblins.
Oh.
Nothing personal. I just hear bad stories about your people. So, do you really have poisonous tea?"
Do you have poisonous teeth?
"No."
Neither do I.
Just, "Can you see in the dark?"
Can you see in the dark?
Actually, yes, I
Can I see in the dark?
can. Not as well. Well, you have low light vision.
Kinda.
He goes, "So, you're not terrible, poisonous, see in the dark creatures then?"
No.
"I don't think I can do business with you then, love."
Alright, cool.
He sits down next to you and he goes, "What about the other 2 then?"
Oh, man.
So, a few minutes later, while the 2 of you are eyeballing each other, And Sweets and No Seams are not having any conversation really between the two of them as they are enjoying their drinks.
Mhm.
The gentleman with the squid hat, dressed as a pirate, walks over with an old man. And the where the fuck did it go?
I guess maybe the bag of potatoes. I'm sorry.
You're gonna have to hand it here, then I'm gonna finish it off. Yeah, that way they can hear me go.
Yeah.
So basically, he comes over with this old man. He goes, "Well, old man, tell him about the last time you broke in that house, or rather, when you went in." He goes, "Well, I didn't break in." He goes, "But I'll tell you the story." He goes, "So I went up to the old townhouse looking for, something to drink. Maybe a little liquor, a little wine left over in his cupboards. It'd been quite a few years since he'd been able to pass on. Plus, if anything else, I'd have a story to tell, or be able to get a free ale. But as I went into the back door, I was assaulted by ghouls that appeared out of nowhere, and they chased me off before I even had a chance to be able to search.
Wow.
But I can tell you that the back door is still open. In fact, I had been up there last week to try to venture whether or not I had enough liquid courage in me to try again.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm afraid that I did not."
All right, man. Well, I guess we might as well get prepared and go check it out.
He goes, "But if you give me a drink, maybe I might know something else."
All right. How much is that?
So you'll order him a couple of drinks, just to be fair. At least No Seam Sweets does.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells you about other times that he's broken into the house. And he basically expands on the story and says that tells you that there is a back door. There is also a well behind the house. He gives you a rough description of like a kitchen, a scullery, and a passage that leads to them from the back door. But he does not know anything else of the house, as the pools, as he claims, always kept him from going any further.
Okay. Well, might as well do it.
All right. So after a few drinks and the old man's story, you have more information than you did before.
Yay! Yay!
Yay! I've not heard from anybody.
Yeah.
Going into an hour, yeah. So,
So we're gonna pay the bartender to find a different dude for us, right?
oh, for being your rogue?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you make that suggestion?
Yeah, definitely make that suggestion because based on that story, I want to be as prepared as I possibly can be.
Okay. Let's see what we can find you then. He looks at you and goes, "I might know some other people." He goes, "But it might cost you a little bit more."
All right, how much?
So you got 2 gold on you?
Yeah.
So you hand him 2 gold again. So 40 minutes later.
No.
Oh yes.
No.
Oh yes.
Is it another? Don't worry about it.
No. I know what it's going to be.
Uh-oh.
Yes. So, an hour later, you see a strange little creature, like walking, wearing a cloak. And it walks like this.
It's not hopping along, is it?
You could say that.
Oh, no.
So, the little figure walks up to you, and you can see it has like reptilian eyes, and it looks at you, and it croaks out
Oh.
sketchy cookies.
Hi. What's your name?
I'm Water Monster. Or I'm Biscuit Monster.
That's adorable.
I'm Biscuit Monster. Because I understand you need a rope.
Yeah, is that you?
I can open doors and find secret things.
All right, cool. So, from where do you hail?
I'm from the flooded south,
Oh, that's cool.
beyond the south wall. There's lots of my people out there.
Oh, I'm sure.
You should hear us sing at night.
I'm sure it is absolutely beautiful.
And you notice when he does this, it's at different pitches. And like
Yeah.
his little throat thing sticks out of his robes.
Ah.
And he stops and gets paranoid, and then he gets real quiet again.
Okay.
He goes, once we're out of town, I will wear the robe.
Okay.
And you can see what I look like.
Okay.
I'm adorable.
Okay.
So the
Do I
three
have any like baked goods to offer them, even if they're like kind of like
stale.
a little bit on the stale side, like maybe cookies or something?
You probably have like a few cookies stashed away in one of your bags.
Like these are okay to eat just because I'm trying to be friendly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So while we're all sitting at the bar, I would offer everybody like some of the cookies I have.
You hear Biscuit Monster going. The others take them and politely munch on them.
I'm thinking it'd be like, I don't know, butterscotch toffee that are crispy on the outside, soft on the inside.
Sweets go, so, shall we be off?
Yeah.
Because we will have to walk through the swamp after all.
Oh, great. What time is it? I don't want to do that at night.
We would probably say that it's probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or probably about 4 o'clock. And from your map, it looks like that walk would at least be 2 hours.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that.
So I mean, like if y'all choose to stay the night, it'd probably be a little better.
Yeah.
So then you have to pick where you want to spend the night at then.
I don't know if I can afford for everybody to stay at like Fur Islander. And I don't really want to sleep at Fishy Head either. Or the Krusty Krab.
Yeah. In fact, Sweets goes, you can stay with us at the Krusty Krab.
Where's that?
Because it's upstairs.
Okay.
No, Squiddy. Room for one more. And the Frogman too. So he gives them a little money. And a few seconds later, somebody dressed as like a boatsmate.
Oh man.
I'm Robert. Let me show you your room. Okay. So Robert shows you upstairs because this room's gonna be yours. I cleaned it myself.
Oh, thank you.
It's magically clean. There's like that little illusion. You see like a little rainbow between his hands.
I love to be changing there.
He goes, and this is your room. He walks over and unlocks another door for the little frog guy, for Biscuit Monster. Biscuit Monster goes, thank you. And he goes, I had my fill of food. I'm gonna go to sleep for now.
Okay.
So he decides that he's going to bunk down.
It's kind of early to go to sleep. Like what, 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
It's about 4. About 4:15,
That's
4:20.
really early to go to sleep. What does my room look like?
It is a complete sty.
Oh.
It is like, it's like sleeping in a cardboard box. Like, it's only space enough for the bed.
Wow. Well, I don't know. I have to protect myself from bed bugs or whatever.
Bed bugs.
Do I have any, like, text to study from or anything?
Yeah, you go through your evening prayer routine.
I think I would just tell everybody, where to meet tomorrow morning and just, like, retire to do my evening stuff to kind of, like,
Yeah.
reflect
So, like,
on the day and stuff.
as like you contemplate it and you figure out your plan, you walk back down the hallway. You hear Biscuit Monster croaking, and you also hear a weird humming sound. So he may be doing the same thing that you're doing, but there's no real way of knowing without opening the door and being like, "What you doing?"
And if I knock on the door, it'll definitely interrupt them.
Yeah. So there's that. So like when you go back downstairs, Sweets and No See 'em are like stacking up cups that they drink.
Oh, great. Are y'all going to be okay for tomorrow? Because we have to go pretty early.
Sweets looks at him and goes, "Yeah, we're fine."
All right. Whatever.
He goes, "I propose another round of dice." And like you hear a bunch of the crew members and stuff downstairs like roaring in agreement, and like he's like the center of a dice game.
We're leaving at 6:45, with or without y'all, okay? Like, oh my god, whatever.
Like when you're yelling that at him, you see that No See 'em's is like asleep in a chair. Like he's not asleep in a chair, rather he's asleep across like one of the stools. Like it's not a stool, but it's like those long benches. Yeah, he's asleep across a bench.
Oh, by all.
And he has like a stool propped up underneath his head.
Oh, for the love of glitter gold. Fine. I'm gonna do my evening stuff. I'm gonna prepare for what's ahead. If y'all don't want to do that, that's okay. But be here by 6:45.
He goes, "No Scenes is doing what he's supposed to do right now. He's resting. Because I have coins to win."
Fine. Catch you guys tomorrow.
Just don't worry. 6:45. Yes.
6:45. I don't want to be up that early either, but
6:45 and drunk. Don't worry.
whatever. All right. So, how does Sketchy Cookie craft the cookie?
Not sure. That's gonna have to something you're gonna have to take care of in the future.
Okay.
You'll have to craft your cookies.
Maybe she has like I don't know.
You have to go find yourself a bakery.
Yeah, or like an enchanted like fucking pot that I could do baking in.
And you have to find flour.
Yeah. And ingredients. Oh man, I'm so far from like being able to make anything. Do I have like healing cookies?
We'll say that the two I want to have how many potions do I have on the market?
2 or 3, I don't know.
We'll say that those are cookie. Yeah. The 3 potions are 3 potions, the light ones are cookies.
Okay. For the record, they would be chocolate peanut butter.
Yeah.
Like peanut butter cookies with studded with chunks of chocolate. Damn, I really want to eat that right now.
Yeah.
They're so good, they heal you.
There you go.
Alright, so I guess you wouldn't really like need to go anywhere and do anything else.
Nope.
What kind of weapon did you have?
We wrote that down for you. 3 daggers, a light mace, a short spear, and
Oh.
a crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So good with weapons, good with armor. I'm not hungry, I'm not really that thirsty or anything. I'm kind of hot. So, I guess it's time for dinner.
That's where I'll end chapter 1.
Sketchy Cookies goes to sleep.